When Lisa stepped onto the stage at Stade de France, something shifted in the air. Crowd wasn't just excited, they were electrified, as if the entire city of Paris had been waiting for this very moment. The lights dimmed. The opening notes of her solo stage hit like a cinematic thunderclap, and within seconds it didn't feel like a concert anymore. It felt like a Marvel movie. But this wasn't fiction. This was Lisa, real, raw, unstoppable. The energy was different. You could feel it vibrating in your bones, as if the stadium itself knew history was being made. Blackpink's Deadline tour had already taken the world by storm, but what Lisa delivered in Paris transcended every expectation. Her entrance was choreographed with military precision, yet carried a freedom that can't be taught. One second she was a silhouette behind a wall of light, the next, she was fire incarnate. People didn't just cheer, they screamed. Phones shook in people's hands as they tried to capture what felt like an interdimensional experience. The screen behind her exploded into visuals that merged futuristic Seoul with the old grandeur of Versailles. Every move she made felt intentional, loaded, symbolic. You couldn't look away. Every second she owned that stage, she was rewriting what it meant to be a global pop star. Her solo began with an eerie silence, just her breath and a spotlight. No music, just tension. And then boom, bass drop. Her vocals came in sharp, confident, full of edge. It wasn't just a song, it was a declaration, a battle cry, coronation. By now, fans know Lisa's charisma is unmatched. But what she did that night at Stade de France felt like she had tapped into something deeper. It was almost supernatural. There were moments where she didn't even seem human. She moved like liquid metal, graceful but impossible to contain. Even veteran performers in the audience were visibly stunned. She wasn't just dancing or singing, she was bending reality. Online, clips went viral before the encore even started. People were tweeting things like, "Did Lisa just unlock a new level of existence? And that wasn't a concert, that was transcendence." Others joked that Kevin Feige should cast her in the next Avengers movie. But if you were there, you knew this wasn't Hollywood fantasy. This was Lisa showing the world what it looks like when preparation meets destiny. It's easy to talk about her fashion because, of course, she was in custom Louis Vuitton, monogram embroidery with metallic threading, designed in collaboration with Nicolas Gasquier himself, glowed under the stage lights like armor forged in some digital dimension. But even that wasn't the main event. Lisa herself was the spectacle. The outfit didn't wear her. She commanded every inch of that stage, as if she had been born to own it. Midway through her set, the tempo dropped and a VCR played. Teaser footage, not yet released anywhere else. A montage of her training days, her time in Thailand, moments in Seoul, silent clips from rehearsals in LA. Her voice came in, soft, vulnerable. "I didn't know if I could ever do this," she said. "But I knew I had to try." And just like that, the entire stadium went quiet. You could hear people crying. It wasn't just performance anymore. It was testimony. Then the screen shattered into neon, and Lisa Blackpink returned with a vengeance. Whistle rap, double tempo, laser choreography. The entire stadium stood. Not sat, stood. And when the chorus dropped, every light stick in the arena pulsed to her beat, synchronized like she was commanding a living ocean of light. You have to understand, this wasn't just hype. Lisa had just come back from making solo history at Citi Field in New York. She was the most Googled K-pop act that week. Streaming platforms crashed when her rehearsal footage leaked. And in Paris, her performance metrics broke thresholds. Even the French press called it un choc culturel de lumière de son, cultural shockwave. Here's the real kicker. Her solo stage in Paris wasn't supposed to be this long. It was originally cut to 4 minutes. But as the crowd kept chanting her name, her team extended it live. What you saw was unscripted magic. You can't fake that. It only happens when the artist is not just performing but living the moment. She closed with a final pose, shoulders back, jaw set, eyes burning like she was staring into the future. And the moment she bowed, the lights blacked out. Stadium-wide blackout. No warning. Just darkness. And that's when you knew Lisa didn't just perform. She detonated. And let's talk numbers, because what Lisa built tonight isn't just a memory, it's market value. And we don't just vibe, we analyze. That performance wasn't just beautiful, it was bankable. Do you know what it means for an artist to trend #1 in France, Korea, the US, and Thailand simultaneously? Ad revenue skyrockets. Sponsorship requests surge. Ticket resale value tripled post-show. And Google Trends? Lisa's name outpaced even Hollywood blockbuster premieres that weekend. Lisa Manoban is no longer just an idol. She's a global economic force. Every solo stage she takes becomes a case study in branding, revenue dynamics, and digital impact. And this moment in Paris? It's going to be dissected by marketing agencies, performance schools, even sociologists trying to understand modern fandom psychology. Because when Lisa stepped out under the towering lights of Stade de France, it wasn't just an entrance. It was a signal, not just to her fans, but to luxury conglomerates, live entertainment analysts, and rival agencies watching every second. The roar of over 80,000 people wasn't just applause, it was a real-time valuation. Every second she was on that stage, the algorithms were spinning. Mentions surged, fan cams exploded across every platform, resale ticket prices doubled in minutes, and search engines recalibrated their trending priorities around one name, Lisa. And yet, behind the glitter and lasers, what people were watching was much deeper than spectacle. They saw a woman who had mastered the transformation from performer to persona, from idol to icon. That solo stage wasn't just a break in the group set list, it was a declaration. A cinematic universe crafted in 5 minutes, complete with costume choreography, pacing, and emotion that echoed the aesthetics of Marvel, but with something even more potent, real-life cultural resonance. What Lisa did on that stage wasn't an accident. Every movement, every camera angle, every pause in the beat was meticulously calculated to maximize engagement across vertical formats. She didn't just perform for the 80,000 present, she performed for the millions who would watch in 9:16 the next morning on their phones, because she knows where attention lives now. And when the beat dropped mid-stage and her silhouette struck against the pyrotechnic flame, there was this half-second moment where time felt like it bent. You could hear the crowd inhale, like they were about to witness something sacred. That's not just performance, that's data magic. It's the type of timing that gets replayed in ad campaigns, stan edits, and eventually studied by entertainment strategists who try to figure out how she makes virality look effortless. This wasn't just Blackpink's deadline tour in Paris. This was Lisa's legacy checkpoint. And Paris, with all its historic runways and royal stadiums, just became her proof of concept. So if you missed it live, don't worry. This wasn't a one-night phenomenon. This was the beginning of Lisa's new arc. A new era. One where she's not just part of Blackpink, but a standalone universe. One that pulses with vision, risk, and pure unfiltered fire. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you. You've just relived a moment that millions are still trying to process. So don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop in the comments, what was your favorite Lisa moment during the Stade de France performance? Because one thing's for sure, after that night, the world's never going to see her the same way again. And neither will we. We're keeping our eyes open because what Lisa did tonight isn't just history, it's the future. And we'll be here to break it all down every time for now. But trust me, we're just getting started.